Monster Hunter has had tons of monsters that have been introduced and reintroduced throughout its long-running history, but there are a rare selection of monsters that have only been seen once, and today we will be talking about one of these monsters and its obscure single-time appearance in the mainline series, and that monster is the Vespoid Queen. Vespoids have had numerous appearances over the course of the Monster Hunter games, and many may be unaware to the fact that we actually had a Queen variant in one Monster Hunter game, Monster Hunter Freedom Unite. Similar to how we have queen bees in the real world, these Vespoids would be the highest position in their species hierarchy, and they would be similar to the regular Vespoid, except it would be several times larger and have a much more prominent abdomen and giant rainbow coloured wings. These Queen Vespoids would also have a rigid exoskeleton covering their soft innards and crown-like structure on the head. You definitely wouldn't want to come across any Vespoids in real life, let alone this insect monstrosity. The Vespoid Queen has a large stinger on her tail that releases a gas which inflicts the defense down ailment on the hunter, and if any other Vespoids are in the vicinity of this gas, they will become much more aggressive. In order to access this Queen of Bees, the hunter must first slay 25 Vespoids, which would trigger her to spawn in. Any traps would be ineffective given her aerial nature, but flash bombs would easily stun the Queen. It's kind of understandable as to why they never really thought too much about bringing this monster back, but it is a bit strange that they got rid of her, as they already have Vespoids in many of the other Monster Hunter games, and given this Queen variant is essentially a bigger version, they could have easily implemented her back in and added extra depth and world building to this aspect of the game. But regardless, this Generation 2 monster is yet to see a return, so hunters will have to load up Monster Hunter Freedom Unite and venture to the jungle and old jungle maps if they ever want to face off against her. She is also technically present in Monster Hunter Freedom 2 via a DLC quest, but it's technically not a Queen Vespoid, it is just a larger version of the Vespoid with more health. So it's not actually the Queen Vespoid, but I guess you can kind of consider her to be so. But if you want the true Queen Vespoid battle experience, then Freedom Unite is the only game you can do so. There are a few other monsters that have been relegated to their debut entries, but this one is easily the strangest relegation given how we said earlier about how the smaller variants have already made multiple appearances in Monster Hunter games after Freedom Unite, so it is very peculiar as to why the developers kept the Queen variant out of the game, as personally I would love to have the Queen Vespoid back in Monster Hunter games. If we already have Vespoids, it just adds to the little insect hierarchy. It is a bit of a scary monster, especially if you're not a fan of wasps or insects in general, but let me know down below guys if you remember facing off against the Vespoid Queen in Freedom Unite, or if you ever even knew this monster existed, and I look forward to seeing how many hunters have either forgotten or never heard of this queen, or even remember the Vespoid Queen and are also wondering, like myself, where the monster has gone. As always, a like would be extremely appreciated if you did enjoy the video, and subscribe for a lot more Monster Hunter content. Don't forget to join our Discord, link is at the top of the description. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.